her heart and to everything that she does. MashaAllah. Like I said, served with many different capacities, and every single effort that she does, MashaAllah, her intentions are set to help support the Muslim community and uplift those around. She's always happy to help others, no matter what it is, whether it's team leaders, whether it's staff members, and really ensure that everyone has the support that they need. Without any further ado, I'd like to ask Dr. Samina Sohail, current Vice Chair of the Board, to join me on stage.
I'm honored to share my reflection of this beautiful community that I've called home for the past 25 years. So I'm going to begin with a slogan that comes from Southeast Asia, and it goes by Roti Kapra Makan. Translated, that means food, clothing, and shelter. For generations, that's what people consider the basics of life, the essentials for dignity and survival. There were pioneers who came to this country in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and as they left behind family, comfort, and familiarity to start new lives here, they added a fourth essential, faith. They knew that a home without remembrance of Allah wasn't truly complete, and a community without Islam at its heart could not endure. So they didn't just invest in jobs or homes, they invested in faith. I love hearing the stories of those early days, people gathering in basements and small apartments, turning living rooms into masjids. They prayed on cold concrete floors, rented warehouses and halls, and built something sacred with every sajda. Allah also blessed this community with visionaries, among them Brother Ahmed Samawi, a benefactor who dared to dream big. These visionaries looked upon an empty field and imagined a house of Allah, a gem rising in what seemed like the middle of nowhere. And they built not just for themselves, but for us, and for our children, and inshallah for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and on. They were men and women of deep conviction, our uncles and our aunties, who became the quiet architects of a spiritual legacy. They established Sunday schools. They memorized the Quran so they could lead us in Tarawih. They guided us with humility and sincerity. We had uncles who ensured that we buried our dead with dignity, who built the economic stability that allowed this community to stand tall. There were aunties who taught our children, who cooked the meals, who straightened the prayer rooms. Women who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, the silent doers, whose efforts often went unseen, but always rewarded by Allah, inshallah. These visionaries reached out to neighbors so Muslims would not be foreign. They opened doors to new believers, extending compassion and knowledge. And perhaps most courageously, and my favorite, they trusted and empowered women leaders, a testament to their wisdom and the prophetic spirit of inclusion. Because of them, Cincinnati has a story of believers who turned faith into foundation. And that same story repeated across America, one basement, one prayer, one act of sacrifice at a time. From coast to coast, our pioneers wove the fabric of Islam in America, a fabric not made of wealth or status, but dua, hard work, and love of Allah. Some of those pioneers are sitting amongst us tonight, and we are truly honored. Some of us could not be here tonight, and we miss them. May Allah bless all of them with long, healthy, and righteous lives. Then there's those who return to their Lord. May Allah forgive their shortcomings, accept their efforts, and grant them Jannah for those. And then there's us, the children of that generation who were born and raised in this country. We are the fruits of their labor, the answered prayers of a generation that refused to let faith fade in a foreign land. History will bear witness that these pioneers were not merely immigrants. They were founders who built faith in Islam in this country, And it's because of them that Islam not only survived, but it thrived. Now their story calls us to continue the work. If their mission was to establish Islam, ours must be to strengthen it, to make sure our masjids aren't buildings but beacons of excellence, that we have strong schools, educators, imams, counselors, youth mentors, people who carry the spirit forward with sincerity and skill. And yes, it's truly a work in progress, but then so is every generation before us, because we don't seek perfection, we just keep trying. As we look at the next generation, I pray that they inherit this conviction. We hope that they are the generation that makes Islam in America a shining light, a center of learning, compassion, justice. Because if they are, then the legacy of our pioneer lives forever. Their Sadaqah Jariyah will continue through every good deed our children drew, every Quran recited, every heart guided. May Allah accept the sacrifices of those who came before us. Guide those who follow after us, and allow us all to be builders of a legacy that endures in this world and the next. Assalamu alaikum.